Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ryan Awesome, and welcome to the Ryan Awesome Show. Now, before we get into the show, first off, man, if you haven't done this already, man, what are you waiting for, man? Hit the thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up, and if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. And right next to that subscribe button, there's a bell. Make sure you click on that bell so you're the first ones to know when my next video will come out because I'm here each and every single week. So make sure you hit the thumbs up if you haven't already. Hit the thumbs up. And if you're new here, hit the subscribe button. And then next to that subscribe button, there's a bell. You click on that bell. And when you click on that bell, you'll be the first ones to know when my next video is uploaded. And one last thing. Don't forget to be awesome. So yeah, don't forget to be awesome. And yeah, man, sit back, chillax, grab something to eat, grab something to drink because you're watching the Ryan Awesome Show. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ryan Awesome Show. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ryan Awesome, and welcome to the Ryan Awesome Show. Now, today on the Ryan Awesome Show, we'll be talking about NXT for June 22nd, 2021. Now, man, with this show, man, this is a really good show, man. Really good show, man. We had a lot of great matches on this show. We had a great main event, you know, with Kushida and O'Reilly. That was a great match, great back and forth. We found out who Diamond Mine was. It was a group all along and not a show. And, the storylines are progressing as the weeks go by. And, yeah, man, they building up to Takeover Great American Bash. So, yeah, that turned out to be a really great show, man. Really great show. And it was fun too, a really fun show too, man. Had a lot of chaos on the show, man. And yeah, man. So yeah, that was it. That was NXT, man. Really good show, man. And yeah, man. If just like what I said in my intro, man. If you haven't done this already, man, what are you waiting for, man? Hit the thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up, and if you're new here, hit the subscribe button. And then next to that subscribe button, you click the bell because there's a bell. You click on that bell, and when you do that, you'll be the first ones to know when my next video is uploaded because I'm here. I'm here each and every single week, man. So make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on the bell. And so yeah, so we started off the show with Adam Cole, baby. And so yeah, so Adam Cole was getting ready for a match. And so yeah, so Cole, he came out to the ring. I still got to get used to his theme music. The theme music, I'm kind of bummed out that they got rid of the Undisputed Era theme music, but I got to get used to the new one. But yeah, so Cole, he was talking about Samoa Joe and how he didn't appreciate him choking him out last week. And so yeah, he talked about Mr. Regal saying that he had to pick his opponent tonight. And he said that he's not gonna pick his opponent. He's not gonna pick his opponent because he don't like to follow the rules. I'm not gonna follow anybody's rules. I can do whatever I want to do. And so Cole said that he was the king. He was the king, the new king of NXT, and that he's the greatest NXT champion of all time, man. That's facts, man. Greatest NXT champion of all time, longest reigning NXT champion of all time. But yeah, so Cole, he has said that he will beat Kyle O'Reilly at the Great American Bash, and he says that no one is ready for him. Nobody is ready for him, and I dare anybody to try to change my mind. I dare anybody that try to prove me wrong. And so we had Carmelo Hayes. He came out, the newcomer, Carmelo Hayes came out. He interrupted Adam Cole while he was talking. And so he introduced himself to Cole. And, he challenged Adam Cole to a match. So, Carmelo, he said that I'm here to change your mind. And so Cole, he had said, like, dude, what makes you think that you of all people are going to change my mind? And so Hayes, he had said, ruthless aggression. And so Carmelo, he had slapped Adam Cole in his face, just like what John Cena did with Kurt Angle. When John Cena made his WWE debut, he slapped Kurt Angle in his face right right after he said ruthless aggression. And so yeah, that was it with that. I thought that was lame. I thought that part was lame. Like don't replicate something that already happened. Like, dude, make your own impact, make your own debut. But yeah, I thought that was lame. I thought that was lame. The way that he just said ruthless aggression and the slap itself, it was not good. But yeah, it's not gonna work, dude. Stop replicating the past. It's not gonna work. But yeah, so yeah, we had Adam Cole versus Carmelo Hayes. So Hayes, he had took out Cole in the beginning of the match. He got some offense in on Cole. We had a pump kick to Hayes, and Cole, he had took control of the match. And so yeah, so Cole, he had threw Hayes into the barricade and to the plexiglass outside of the ring. And so he had a Ushi Goroshi to Hayes. And then Cole was trash talking Hayes, saying that you're a nobody and all that stuff. And so Hayes, he had pump kick Adam Cole in his face. And then Adam Cole returned the favor and gave a pump kick of his own to Hayes. And so we had an Insiguri kick to Cole. We had a Cole breaker to Cole. He kicked out. We had a backstabber to Hayes. And so yeah, first off, man, we had a super kick in midair to Adam Cole, because Adam Cole, he was going for a top rope move. I think he was going for the Panama Sunrise or something like that. But yeah, so Hayes had caught him with a super kick, and then Hayes was trying to go for a high fly move, so he got caught with a super kick in midair too. And so to end the match, we had Adam Cole. He had his finishing move, the Panama Sunrise, or one of his finishing moves, the Panama Sunrise, to Hayes, which was nice, man. Hayes, he sold that Panama Sunrise well, like really well. He sold that move. And so yeah, so Adam Cole, he had spiked him right on his head with that Panama Sunrise. And so yeah, that was it with the match. So Adam Cole wins the match. And that was it, man. Really good match. Really good match. Great showing from Hayes once again. He had a great match with Kushida. And he had a great match tonight with Adam Cole, man. And how many people, like, dude, how many people actually get a chance? Like, what new person comes in and has a match with Adam Cole, bro? Not that many people. So it was a feel good moment for him, man. Man, if I was there, I would have loved to have a match with Adam Cole. But yeah, he had his second match. His first match was against Kushida. You went from Kushida to Adam Cole, man. Oh my god, man, that is amazing, dude. So yeah, that was it with that. Really good match. And so yeah, so right after that, we had a backstage segment from Franky Monet with her dog Presley, Jessi Kamea, and Aliyah of the Robert Stone brand. And so yeah, so they were talking to each other. Monet, Kamea, and Aliyah, they were talking to each other. They called themselves the Winner Circle. Ha ha ha. They try to copy the Inner Circle, so they call themselves the Winner Circle because they are winners. So yeah, so not much to Robert Stone brand, but yeah, so yeah, we had Robert Stone. He had came out from a room, and he was talking to Franky Monet and the rest of the Robert Stone brand. And so I guess they were talking about strategy or something like that, because not Monet, Aliyah and Jessi Kamea, they have a match later on that night with Io Shirai and Zoey Stark, so they were talking strategy, I guess. And so Robert Stone had gave Franky Monet a high five, and so the dog Presley started barking at Robert Stone. So I thought that was funny. I thought that was really funny. And so yeah, so Robert Stone, he had yelled, and so Franky Monet, she just walked off saying that Presley doesn't like Robert Stone. And so yeah, that was it with that. And so yeah, so right after that, we had another backstage segment from Mackenzie Mitchell. She interviewed Zoey Stark. And so Mackenzie, she had asked Zoey Stark, like, why did you come to Io's defense? Why did you save Io Shirai last week? And so Stark, she had said that Io Shirai, she had my back ever since I first came here. She always had my back, and so I'm here to return the favor. And so Io Shirai, she came out. She said that I think she says I don't like you, but I respect you, or something like that. And that was it. That was it with that. And so yeah, so they're getting ready for that tag team match that they have against the Robert Stone brand. And so yeah, that was it with that. So right after that, we had LA Knight, the $1 million champion, the new $1 million champion, LA Knight. He was at his pool house. He spoke. He talked about Ted DiBiase, saying that he doesn't need an old man. to ride his coattails and all that stuff. And he called Cameron Grimes an idiot. And he said that, it's no one's game but LA Knight's game. And so, yeah, that was it with that. So he was sitting back in his pool house, relaxing, chillaxing, smoking his cigar. So I thought that was really nice with the $1 million championship wrapped around his waist. So I thought that was really nice. So, yeah, that was it with that. And so, yeah, so right after that, we had The Way. We had Johnny Gargano and Austin Theory. They spoke. They came out to the ring. They spoke. We had Johnny Gargano. He grabbed the microphone. He said that there needs to be a new NXT champion now that there's new management. And so he was basically really talking about himself. He should be the NXT champion. And so Johnny Gargano, I thought this was funny. Yeah, Johnny Gargano, he had said that when he was NXT champion, man, when he was an NXT champion, NXT was at its best. And that's a shoot right there. That was a shoot. Because NXT right now, it's not what it used to be. But back then, it was really good. So yeah, so Johnny, he had said that, he talked about Karrion Kross, saying that Karrion Kross is not on his level, and he said that he will out wrestle Karrion Kross on his worst day, on Johnny Gargano's worst day. He would out wrestle Karrion Kross. And so yeah, we had Pete Dunne had interrupted with his theme music, so Pete Dunne and Oney and Lorcan came out interrupted, and so Dunne, he had told Gargano, like, what makes you think that you're the number one contender over me? What makes you think that you're the number one contender over me? And so yeah, so Theory, he was getting ready to talk. I guess he was getting ready to talk, and so Pete Dunne had told him to shut up. He said, "Shut up, shut up." He told him to shut up, and so Gargano, he had said that, we're not here to fight. If you guys looking for a fight, we're not here to fight. So we're just gonna see our ways. We're gonna see our way out of the ring. And so they left the ring, and so Gargano, he left, he walked away. And so you had Theory, he had stayed behind. I don't know why. He was on a ring apron, and so he started pointing at Pete Dunne's face. He was like, I'm watching you. I'm watching you. And so Pete Dunne grabbed Theory's fingers, and he snapped Austin Theory's fingers. And so, yeah, that was it with that. So Johnny Gargano, he had turned back around, wondering what Austin Theory was doing. And so, yeah, so Theory, he was yelling and all that stuff because his fingers got snapped. And that was it with that. And so yeah, so right after that we had Cameron Grimes. He had came. He drove. I think was it a limousine? I wasn't even paying attention. But yeah, he drove in a white car. And so yeah, so he came to the Capitol Wrestling Center. And so yeah, he came out of his car. He started handing out dollar bills to everybody that was watching Cameron Grimes. And so one guy, he had asked how Teddy DiBiase was doing, and then Grimes had said that he's feeling better. And so Grimes, so you had another guy had came up and started talking trash about DiBiase and Cameron Grimes, saying that Cameron Grimes just left a nursing home because Teddy DiBiase lived there or something like that. He said, and so Cameron Grimes, he took offense to that, and so he punched the dude right in his face and knocked him to the ground. And so Grimes, he had said that that was for you, Ted, and that was it with that. And so yeah, so right after that we had McKenzie Mitchell. She interviews Adam Cole. So Adam Cole was in his locker room, and McKenzie Mitchell interviewed him. And so McKenzie, she had asked Adam Cole about Kushida and Kyle O'Reilly, the match with Kushida and Kyle O'Reilly. And then Cole, he said that he doesn't want to talk about Kyle O'Reilly. He doesn't care about the match that he has with Kushida. All he cares about is, taking out Kyle O'Reilly at the Great American Bash. And so yeah, so Mr. Regal, he had interrupted Adam Cole while he was talking. And so Cole, told Mr. Regal to do something about Joe because, Joe, he put his hands on me. He choked me out last week. So you need to do something about him. And so Mr. Regal has said that, Cole, you provoked him. You put your hands on him. So you got what you got last week. And so, yeah, so Cole, he got tired of Mr. Regal talking. And so Cole, he had left. And he was like, you know what? I'm about to get out of here. I'm getting sick and tired of this. I'm about to leave. I'm out of here. I'm out of here. And so Cole had left. And that was it with that. And so yeah, so right after that we had the battery logo or the battery percentage on the screen. That was on the screen, and the battery percentage was at 30%. And so I don't know who this is. I joked last week. Could it be EC3? There's no way it's EC3. EC3 is gone from WWE. But yeah, that was it. I really don't know who it is. I don't know. Is it somebody remaking their debut? Is this somebody being repackaged, or is there a new person coming in? I don't know. But yeah, that was it. And so yeah, so right after that we had Johnny Gargano and Austin Theory of the Way. They're backstage and they're about to go to Mr. Regal's office. So they were going to Mr. Regal's office, and so they wanted, they spoke to Mr. Regal. They wanted Mr. Regal to do something about Pete Dunne snapping Austin Theory's fingers because Austin Theory, he had tape on his hands, and so on his fingers rather, and so they were telling him like do something about Pete Dunne, and so Mr. Regal, he had said that Gargano, we're gonna make a tag team match. It's gonna be you, Austin Theory versus Oney Lorcan and Pete Dunne, and it's next. The match is next, and so the way they weren't the way they weren't dressed, and so they were complaining saying that they weren't dressed. They weren't dressed, and so Mr. Regal said, "You better get dressed because the match is next." And it really wasn't next. The match wasn't really next. It was right after this next match. And so yeah, so that was it with that. The actual next match was the Robert Stone brand versus Zoey Stark and Io Shirai. So the Robert Stone brand, that's Aliyah and Jessi Kamea with Robert Stone in their corner versus Zoey Stark and Io Shirai. And so yeah, we had Io. She had took control of the match. We had a foot stomp to Kamea from Stark, and then Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell of the Way, they came out and they watched the match from the stage. And the heels, they took control of the match. We had a hot tag to Io. She took out Kamea. We had a 619 to Kamea from Io. We had a springboard dropkick to Kamea from Io, and Kamea had kicked out of that. We had a Northern Light suplex to Io from Aliyah. We had a hot tag to Stark. She had hit a double springboard dropkick to the Robert Stone brand. And we had to end the match, we had Io Shirai. She had a finisher move, the moonsault to Jessi Kamea to win the match. So Io Shirai and Zoey Stark wins the match. And so yeah, that was it with the match. Really wasn't much to the match. It was a setup to set up, Io Shirai and Zoey Stark for the tag team championships. Try to get them wins, I guess. And so yeah, so the way they were on the stage getting ready, they looked like they were getting ready to attack Io Shirai and Zoey Stark. But you had Raquel Gonzalez, who was the NXT Women's Champion, and Dakota Kai. They came out, interrupted, and they grabbed the microphone, saying that they deserved the NXT Tag Team Title match or NXT Women's Tag Team Title match. And so you had Shotzi Blackheart and Ember Moon. They came out to the ring, saying that they deserve a championship match because they beat Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai in a number one contenders match. So as for Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai, you guys need to go in the back of the line. And so Shotzi and Ember said that, or do we have to remind you? And so they came in the ring and they started fighting. So everybody started fighting. You had Io Shirai, Zoey Stark, Ember Moon, Shotzi Blackheart, Gonzalez, and Dakota Kai. They started fighting each other. The Way were the only smart ones. They got out of there. They didn't fight at all. So they walked up the stage. And so you had Samoa Joe came out and he looked at The Way, and then he ordered the security to get out here to break up the fight and all that stuff. And yeah, that was it with that. That was it. So yeah, so right after that, we had The Way. We had Johnny Gargano and Austin Theory versus Pete Dunne and Oney Lorcan. And so when Gargano and Theory were making their entrance to the ring, it looked like they were still getting ready. Like Gargano, he looked like he was still putting on his jacket and all that stuff. I was like, dude, you had enough time to get your clothes on. You had enough time to get your ring gear on, your jacket on, and all that stuff. Like, dude, it took you that long? But yeah, so we had both teams there going back and forth. And by the way, man, this is a great match too. Really great match. So yeah, so both of these teams there were going back and forth. And Johnny, he had tagged in Austin Theory, but Gargano, he had tagged in. He tagged Austin Theory on his bad hand. So Austin Theory, he sold the hand injury. So I thought that was funny. And so we had a clothesline to Theory from Dunne. We had chops to Theory from Lorcan. And then Dunne, he targeted Theory's fingers. And so Gargano, he had tagged Theory this time, but he tagged his good hand. And so we had a double team move to Dunne. It was a assisted drop kick. And so yeah, we had Dunne continuing to go after Austin Theory's fingers and hands and arms. And so yeah, we had Dunne and Lorcan. They slammed Theory on the edge of the ring apron. So that had to hurt, bro. They slammed on the edge of the ring apron. And so yeah, we had a hot tag to Gargano. He took out Dunne and Lorcan. And so we had a slingshot spear to Lorcan from Gargano, and the crowd started chanting Johnny Wrestling and all that stuff. These people are fickle, man. This crowd is fickle. Like first, when we started off the match, the crowd was chanting Johnny sucks, Johnny sucks, and now they chanting Johnny wrestling and all that stuff. So yeah, we had a tope suicida to Dunne from Gargano. So Gargano, man, he was all over the place, dude. And we had Austin Theory. He had his seated springboard Spanish fly to Lorcan, which was nice, man. And so yeah, so everybody was going back and forth. We had Lorcan and Theory. They were going back and forth with chops. And we had a blockbuster to Theory from Lorcan. We had a snap German suplex to Gargano from Dunne. And we had a forearm. We had a forearm to Gargano in midair from Pete Dunne. We had a super kick to Lorcan from Gargano. And then Gargano, he had a tope suicida, turned into a tornado DDT to Pete Dunne outside the ring. So I thought that was really nice, man. Really nice. And to end the match, we had Johnny Gargano. He had his finishing move, the one final beat to Oney Lorcan to win the match. So Johnny Gargano and Austin Theory wins the match. And that was it, man. Really good match. Great match, dude. Great back and forth. And this was a heel versus a heel match. It was a heel versus heel matches. Really heel versus heel matches really don't work that well, but this was a pretty damn great heel tag team match. Heel versus heel tag team match. This is really good. And so yeah, so we had Gargano. He was celebrating on the stage because he won. And so you had Karrion Kross from behind. He had blasted Johnny Gargano in the back of his head with that running back forearm that he used. And so yeah, so Kross, he had walked up the stage to Scarlett, who was holding the NXT title. And so Theory, he went to go check on Gargano, and that was it, man. That was it. So are we gonna get Gargano and Theory as a babyface? I don't know. I'll keep them as heels, but it looked like they're having them. They turning them to a babyface, I guess, or a tweener. They going tweener. But yeah, that was it with that. And so yeah, so right after that, we had the battery percentage again. So the battery percentage this time was at 41%. And so yeah, and right after the battery percentage, we had Samoa Joe. He was backstage with Karrion Kross, the NXT champion, with Scarlett. And so Kross, he was backstage with Joe, and he asked Joe, what was that word? Unless provoked. And so Joe, he just showed him out. Joe just showed Karrion Kross the exit, like the exit is this way, champ. And so Kross had left with Scarlett, and so Scarlett had stayed back for a little bit, and she looked at Joe. So she started staring at Joe, and so she walked away. And so you had Pete Dunne. So right after Kross and Scarlett had left, you had Pete Dunne came out, and he was behind Samoa Joe. And so Samoa Joe had turned around, and so Pete Dunne and Samoa Joe, they were staring face to face. So this is the second week in a row. The second week in a row that they stared face to face. And so yeah, that was it with that. Really good, man. Really good stuff. And I know Joe. I know Joe is not going to be back in the ring, but if he comes back in the ring, I would love to see him in a match with Pete Dunne. Pete Dunne, Adam Cole, Gargano, Kross. I don't know. I wouldn't put him in the ring with Kross. But yeah, there are a lot of guys I would like to see him in the ring with. Bronson Reed is another one that I'd love to see him in the ring with. Joe. But Joe is not wrestling. But yeah, that was it with that. And so yeah, so right after that we had a match. And it was a enhancement match. We had Elektra Lopez versus Franky Monet. So this was not good, man. This was not good. So yeah, so we had Lopez. She had gotten some offense on Monet, and then Lopez started dancing, which is a dumb move. And so Franky Monet ended up fighting back, and she had a glam slam. She had a glam slam on Lopez to win the match, and that was it. Franky Monet wins the match, and that was it. The match was sloppy too. It was sloppy. It was really sloppy. But yeah, that was it with that. And the match was long for an enhancement match. It was really long. It should have been like freaking 10 seconds. But yeah, that was it with that. And so yeah, so right after that we had McKenzie Mitchell. She was backstage. She interviews Bronson Reed, the Colossal Bronson Reed, who is the NXT North American champion. And so Bronson Reed, he was talking about Santos Escobar, and him complaining about Bronson Reed and all that stuff. And then Reed, he had said that, what else do I have to put this guy through? I squished him at TakeOver. I put him through the plexiglass. I put him through a barricade. What else do I have to do? Do I have to put him through a wall? Do I have to put him through this TV screen? Like, what else do I have to do? And so Hit Row had interrupted Bronson Reed while he was talking. And so you had Top Dolla. He had gotten Reed's face. So I thought that was a nice sight. And so, yeah, so he got in Reed's face. And so Top Dolla, he said that, the Colossal is meeting the Colossus. So he called himself the Colossus. And so Ashante the Adonis, he had called Ever Rise Never Rise. He called them Never Rise. And so they said that they would beat Ever Rise tonight. And so Top Dollar, he had said that, you know, Bronson Reed, you're not even from North America, so you shouldn't even be the North American champion. And so yeah, Hit Row had walked away, and that was it. And so right after that, we had a video from earlier. They showed Everrise. They were dressed in like ski masks, and they were wearing their t-shirts. They were wearing their Everrise t-shirt, and so they were trying to hide their identity and stuff by painting. They try to spray paint Hit Row's car or their SUV. And so they saw, so you had Top Dollar, who he was inside of the car with tinted windows, so they didn't know Top Dollar was in the car. And so Top Dollar, he had rolled down the window, and so Everrise gotten scared, and so Top Dollar, he had said that, dude, you can't wear a ski mask and wear your names on them. And so that was it. So Everrise had ran away, and that was it. So Everrise tried to get payback on Hit Row from destroying their stuff, and so they tried to destroy Hit Row stuff, but it didn't work. And so yeah, so right after that, we had Everrise the match. We had the not the tag team championship match. We had a tag team match, and it was Everrise, that's Chase Parker and Matt Martell versus Hit Row. Hit Row, that's Ashante, the Adonis, and Top Dollar with Isaiah Swerve Scott and B-Fab in their corner. So yeah, this is a squash match. They killed these guys, man. So yeah, Top Dollar, he took out Everrise at the start of the bell. And we had Adonis, he had tagged in. He had a beautiful drop kick, a picture perfect drop kick to Parker. And then yeah, so Everrise, they ganged up on Top Dollar at one point, and it wasn't working. So they put him outside the ring. And so Everrise, they started celebrating all that stuff like as if they won the match. And so Top Dollar, he took out Everrise by himself. And so we had a super kick to Martell from Adonis. And then to end the match, we had Hit Row hit a power bomb into a neck breaker from Hit Row to Martell to win the match. So Hit Row wins the match, and that was it, man. They killed Everrise, man. It was a squash match. And so yeah, so Hit Row, they were celebrating and all that stuff, singing along to their theme music. And you had Isaiah Swerve Scott, he had took out Chase Parker, who was checking on his partner Matt Martell. So he took him out with a house call, that kick. And so yeah, that was it with that, man. I love Hit Row, man. The more and more I see them, dude, the more and more I like them, dude. They are great. They are great together, dude. I love the presence, the theme music, their attitude, dude. I love everything about them, dude. Everything about them. And so yeah, that was it with that. And so yeah, so right after that, we had a backstage interview from McKenzie Mitchell. She interviews Mercedes Martinez. And so yeah, so McKenzie Mitchell, she had told Martinez that, you know, she will be in a mixed tag team match next week on NXT against Tian Sha. That's Xia Li and Boa. And so yeah, so Martinez, she said that, you know, she's not good at making friends, but she will find a partner. And so from behind, you had Xia Li, she attacked Martinez from behind. And so the security people, they broke up the fight, or they tried to break up the fight. And so you had Boa, he came out, he started taunting Mercedes Martinez. And so yeah, Jake Atlas came out of nowhere and attacked Boa with a big boot. And so Atlas, he had helped Martinez to her feet. So that was it with that. So it will be a mixed tag team match next week with Mercedes Martinez and Jake Atlas versus Tian Sha as Xia Li and Boa. And so yeah, I don't know why it's a mixed tag team match. I don't know. I guess Boa. But yeah. This feud should be over though. It should have ended at Takeover, but they wanted to continue it because they're one win apiece. But yeah, I really don't care. But you giving it a mixed tag team match is gonna give away the match some more. You're gonna give the match away some more by having them in the ring again when they already had a match, dude. But yeah, that was it with that. And so yeah, we had a video package from Kyle O'Reilly and Kushida the entire night. They're hyping up their match that they have in the main event. And so yeah, we had the battery percentage. So this is the final thing that we saw from the battery percentage. So the battery percentage from tonight was 51%. So we're at 51%. And so yeah, that was it with that. With the battery percentage, I still don't know who it is. It could probably be a returning person, a returning star, or a person that's making their NXT debut. But yeah, that was it with that. And so yeah, so we had the Great American Bash in 2 weeks. So yeah, the NXT Great American Bash in 2 weeks. So it's gonna be MSK. We have MSK, who are the NXT Tag Team Champions. That's Wesley and Nash Carter, who are the NXT Tag Team Champions, versus Tommaso Ciampa and Toothless Timmy. Tommaso Ciampa and Tommaso Ciampa. Timothy Thatcher, who is Toothless Timmy. Timothy Thatcher. And it will be for the Tag Team Championships. I'm guessing Ciampa and Thatcher will win that match for the Tag Team titles. And yeah, and also in 2 weeks we have Adam Cole, baby, versus Kyle O'Reilly in a regular one-on-one match. And so also next week, on next week's show, we have a women's tag team championship #1 contenders triple threat match. So it's gonna be Io Shirai and Zoey Stark versus Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez, who is the NXT Women's Champion, versus Ember Moon and Shotzi Blackheart. So I'm guessing Io Shirai and Zoey Stark will win that match. It's either them or Raquel. No. It's gonna be Io Shirai. It's gonna be Io Shirai and Zoey Stark. And yeah, and also we have a mixed tag team match. It's gonna be Jake Atlas and Mercedes Martinez versus Tian Sha. That's Xia Li and Boa with Mei Ying in their corner. And also next week we'll have a face to face. We'll have a face to face between Tommaso Ciampa and Timothy Thatcher, and MSK, who are the NXT Tag Team Champions, Nash Carter and Wesley, a face to face. I don't know what it is. Is it a contract signing or a face to face? Maybe just a face to face. Probably be better if it's just a face to face. And so yeah, so that's next week. And also we have Cameron Grimes. We have Cameron Grimes to the moon. So yeah, so we have Cameron Grimes. He'll be in action next week. Who? I don't know. Probably against that guy that was talking trash about him earlier. So yeah, that was it with that. That's it for next week's show and the Great American Bash. All the matches that have been announced. And so yeah, so right after that we had the main event. We had the main event, which was probably one of the best matches on the show. Even though I didn't agree with the outcome, champions losing, but it was still a great match. So yeah, it was Kushida, who is the NXT Cruiserweight Champion, versus Kyle O'Reilly. So yeah, so first off, we had both of these guys. They were trying to out wrestle each other, and then they were both trading submission moves. And then O'Reilly, he had countered a springboard back elbow into an armbar, so that was really nice. We had a cartwheel drop kick to O'Reilly, and Kushida, he had started going after O'Reilly's arm. We had both of these guys, they clucked heads at one point, so they knocked each other out. And so Kushida, he took control of the match during a commercial break, picture in picture, of course. And so O'Reilly, he started fighting back during the commercial break. And so yeah, so both of these guys, they were going back and forth with strikes, and then they were going back and forth again with submission moves. So they know each other really well, bro. And so yeah, we had a kick to O'Reilly's arm. We had a heel hook to Kushida. We had a Pele kick to O'Reilly. We got a clothesline to Kushida. And we had a brain buster to Kushida, which is nice. I love the brain buster, bro. I love it. And Kushida, he kicked out of the brain buster. And we had a chicken wing suplex. It looked like a chicken wing suplex to O'Reilly on a ring apron, which had to hurt, bro. And so yeah, so both of these guys, they were going back and forth for strikes again. And then Kushida, he continued to go after that arm. He loves to go after people's arms, so he's setting up for that hoverboard lock by going after the arm over and over and over again. And so Kushida, he had locked in the hoverboard lock to O'Reilly. And to end the match, Kyle O'Reilly, he countered the hoverboard lock into a roll-up. And so he rolled up Kushida to win the match. So Kyle O'Reilly wins the match, and that was it. That was it with the match. Great match, man. Great back and forth. Both of these guys, they look like they've been in the ring together before. And they knew each other really well. They knew each other really well. It's like every move that one person tried to hit, somebody else always had the answer for it. So yeah, but yeah. Anyway, but I'm not a fan of champions losing. I'm really not. That's why I probably would have done a championship match, cruiserweight championship match, since Kushida's deal was defending his championship open challenge. I probably would have done it for the cruiserweight title, but I see why they didn't do it for the cruiserweight title. I guess you can bring up the point that Kyle O'Reilly got choked out by Karrion Kross in that five-way at Takeover, so he doesn't deserve a championship match. I guess you can say that. But yeah, it was a great match, man. Great match. but Kyle O'Reilly, he wasn't gonna lose either because he got a match with Adam Cole at Takeover at Great American Bash. And so yeah, that was it with that. And so right after that, Kyle O'Reilly and Kushida they embraced. They embraced after that. And then Adam Cole he had came out. He tried to attack Kyle O'Reilly. And so Kyle O'Reilly saw him coming, so he started fighting Adam Cole. So both these guys were going back and forth, fighting each other. And so the security guards try to break up the fight again. So yeah, the security guards try to break up the fight. Joe again, Samoa Joe was there too. He ordered these guys to break up the fight. And so yeah, so Cole and O'Reilly they fought away from ringside. So they fought away from ringside. So Kushida he was still in the ring. Kushida was still in the ring. And so we had this hooded person. We had this person dressed in all black. He started attacking Kushida. So he beat down Kushida. He dropped Kushida on the mat. And so two other guys they were watching as this guy beat down Kushida. And so the hooded person was Roderick Strong. So Roderick Strong is back in NXT. And so you had two others that stepped in the ring. We had Tyler Rust, we had Malcolm Bivens, and we had another guy. We had a Japanese guy. I didn't know who his name was, but I looked him up. His name is Hideki Suzuki. So this is Diamond Mine. So Malcolm Bivens he revealed themselves as Diamond Mine. He said this is Diamond Mine. And so you had the Diamond Mine logo showing the back, or the Titantron was. And that was it. So Diamond Mine was a faction. Diamond Mine was a faction all along. You know, they kept promoting Diamond Mine week after week after week after week, and we all wanted to know like what was it? Was it a faction? That was my first thought. When I first saw it, I was like, it's probably a faction. It was either Tessa Blanchard or it was a faction. And so when we found out when it wasn't Tessa Blanchard, you know, everybody was saying, you know, it could be a faction. And so, and then they brought up, as the weeks kept going by and by, they said Diamond Mine opening soon. And so we all thought that it was going to be a show. It was going to be a new show. And so because they said opening soon, but if it was a faction, it would have said coming soon. But yeah, but they said opening soon. So we all thought it was a show, but it ended up being a faction. And so and then they said that they said it last week. They said last week that Diamond Mine was going to show up next week. They said it was going to show up next week, which is this week. And so yeah, they showed up. And so yeah, I was like, man, weren't we supposed to? When I was watching the main event, I was like, dude, weren't we supposed to get Diamond Mine? Weren't we supposed to get Diamond Mine tonight? And so I was like, man, what if I was thinking to myself, I was like, man, what if it's a faction? What if a new faction come in and just destroy NXT? And so I was right. I was right. It was a new faction. And so yeah. And so yeah, so I don't know what they're gonna do with these guys. I don't know. I don't know if they fit well together. Roderick Strong. I mean, I'm happy for the group, man. I want the group to succeed and all that stuff. But Roderick Strong, Tyler Rust, Malcolm Bivens, and Hideki Suzuki. I don't know anything about Suzuki. Tyler Rust, he was there. I know Malcolm Bivens, but they got a lot of explaining to do next week. They got a lot of explaining to do next week. Why are they here? Why did they go after Kushida? What made them come together as a group? What's their mission statement? What's their agenda in NXT? Because every group needs an agenda, man. Why are they together? Why did they come together? But yeah, we'll most likely get their explanation next week. Explaining themselves on why they did what they did. But yeah, man. I don't know, man. I don't know what they're gonna do with him. I don't know what they're gonna do with him. Malcolm Bivens, of course, is gonna speak. Is gonna speak for those guys. I'm guessing Roddy is the leader because he led the charge. He led the attack. So I'm guessing Roddy is the leader, and then Malcolm Bivens is the spokesperson, I guess. The spokesperson, and Roddy is just the leader. He's just the leader. And so the other guys, I'm guessing, are, guys that Roddy is gonna take under his wing. And so yeah, that was it with that. Hope they booked them the right way, man. Cause man, we need dominant stables. We have dominant stables now. We have Hit Row. Well, we had the Undisputed Era, but you broke them up. We have Hit Row. We have who else? We have We have Hit Row. We have Legado del Fantasma. Now we have Diamond Mine. So yeah, man. So yeah, that was it, man. And yeah, Roddy is back with a new look. So he has a new haircut. He shaved his hair, not completely bald, but he have like a low cut. And so yeah, the last time we saw Roddy, he quit. He quit NXT. He quit. He resigned from NXT. And so he's back. He's back. How did he come back? I don't know. They gotta explain that part too. How did he come back? But yeah, that was it, man. That was it with NXT. That was it with NXT. Really good show, bro. Really good show, man. Really good show. Fun show. I enjoyed this show. And so yeah, we had some really, really great matches on this show. Not every match was great on this show. I love that tag team match with Gargano and Theory versus Lorcan and Dunne. The main event match. I love that match too, man. Yeah, man. And they building up to Takeover, man. Building up to Takeover. Not Takeover, but Great American Bash. They're building up the Great American Bash. The storylines, Samoa Joe being on there, you know, trying to trying to get some order back to the show. Yeah, man. We have a lot of moving parts, man. We had a lot of moving parts tonight. But yeah, man, that was it with NXT, man. And if you like this video, man, what are you waiting for, man? Hit the thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. And right next to that subscribe button, there's a bell. Make sure you click on that bell to be the first ones to know when my next video is uploaded, because I'm here each and every single week, man. So make sure you hit the thumbs up if you haven't already, man. And then subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Hit that subscribe button. And then right next to that subscribe button, there's a bell. Click on that bell. And you'll be the first ones to know, man. Follow me on Twitter at Ryan Awesome Show. And yeah, comment down below, man. Comment down below. Tell me how you felt about this episode of NXT. Comment down below, man, and share this video. Share this video with each and every single person that you come across on a day-to-day basis. And if you missed my last week's review of NXT, the video is going to be right up here. Or if you missed my takeover review, the takeover review, the video is going to be right up here. And then last week's review, or not last week's review, no, last week's review is going to be right up here. Last week's review is going to be right up here. So click this video if you missed the last week's review of NXT, and the link to that video will be down below in the description. So make sure you click either this video or click down below in the link. And yeah, man. I'll see you guys on, not Wednesday. Dynamite comes on Wednesday next week. We have Dynamite on Saturday. So I'll see you guys on Thursday. I'll see you guys on Thursday for Impact Wrestling. And I'll see you guys on Saturday. I'll see you guys on Saturday for AEW Dynamite. And yeah, man, so this is the last week that Dynamite is on Friday. Or last week was the last week that Dynamite was on Friday. But this time it's going to be on Saturday. So we have this week. And so next week we're going to be back to normal on Wednesday. So I won't see you guys on Wednesday. I'll see you guys on Thursday for Impact Wrestling. And I'll see you guys on Saturday for AEW Dynamite. So make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on it. And yeah, man. And once again, guys, man, thank you for the support, man. Thank you for all the love and support. Thank you, and thank you, man. And this has been the Ryan Awesome Show. Take care, stay safe, and don't forget to be awesome. And that's that.